Hello, I'm Richard Ridge for Broadway World. Playwright Rob Askins is about to make his Broadway debut with his new play, Hand to God, which will open at the Booth Theater on April 7th. What he hasn't done yet is quit his day job, which is tending bar here at Lobo in Brooklyn, where I caught up with him, his cast, and creative team.
Hey, yo, my name's Rob Askins. And I wrote a play called Hand to God. 10 years ago when I left Cypress, Texas, the setting for this play, with one suitcase, I didn't know it was hard to do this. Very quickly, I learned that it is impossible. I want to pour everybody in this goddamn bar a shot. Because we have done the impossible. This is not a press meet and greet. This is a victory celebration. And that's all you're going to get out of here. Woo! I'm serious. Put away the fucking cameras. I'm going home.
Is it all surreal? Tell me, what is going through your mind?
It's the weirdest thing in the world. We got the photo of the guys putting up the marquee yesterday, and it's one of those things like you're about to go bungee jumping, and you're standing up on this huge precipice, and you're looking down, and your stomach starts to churn, and you're like, people are telling me we're safe. People are telling me we're safe, and you just gotta go, man. You just gotta jump. So right now I'm in that, like, everything feels magic, everything feels dangerous, and everything feels safe. So it's like the ultimate high.
You're going to Broadway. Take me back when you first got here. One suitcase, Spanish Harlem. You're going to Broadway, the Booth Theater.
I guess I was raised on, my artistic childhood was Shepherd and Mammoth, was gritty downtown stuff. And like the things that I wanted, like I wanted the Lortel. The Lortel was the goal. That's as far as I could see. And now we're going to Broadway. So everything is gravy. Everything is cake. Everything is a cake made out of gravy. And it tastes pretty good.
Okay, you came to work today at what time? And what was your job today? I love that you're still here.
Okay, so I got here at 10 a.m. and I re-cleaned all the glass up there so it looks good for the camera.
For your party.
For my party. I also had my regular Barb. Barb comes in at 11:30 and she stays till 3:30. So Barb and I talked a whole bunch about it. But yeah, man, I worked a regular shift. I made margaritas, so the juice that's in the margaritas that everybody's making, I made that this morning. So yeah, that's the job.
Going to rehearsal, you have assembled the finest cast. Talk about your cast and your director.
These people are almost superhuman in their talents. Steve Boyer is doing the kind of work that you will not see on the American stage again for a very, very long time. Geneva Carr is knocking it out of the park. Geneva is one of those actors that explains to you what you're writing as a playwright. And when I hear Geneva do these parts, because she's done more than one for me, I understand more clearly the kind of women that I'm writing. Sarah Stiles, who's right over there, you can't see him, you on the internet. Sarah Stiles is she has a deadpan that is one of the most deadly weapons on the American stage. Michael Oberholzer is gonna make you pee your pants. And Mark Kudich. Come on, what can I say about Mark Kudich? He's amazing. Everybody is, and with the pitch-perfect orchestration of Ritzmann Stupnagel, what else do you want? His people tried to kill Hitler. That's true. Also, guys, I'm going to tell you something. This is the trivia. This is a trivia fact. This is real truth trivia fact. The guy that owns this bar, his name is Sean Patterson. Sean is related to Edwin Booth. Sean's related to Edwin Booth, and we're going to the Booth Theater. It's almost like it was intended to be. Hallelujah, praise God.
That's how it's done.
Yeah, man.
Okay, have you been in the theater yet?
No, I haven't. The first show I saw in New York was The Pillow Man, which was at the Booth, and that was one of the last times I've been in that thing.
All right, I'm going to talk to you opening day because I want you, when you get into that theater, stand on that stage and look into the house. It's going to be a view that's going to blow your mind.
Already, it does things to me physically.
Okay, so as you're getting ready to open on Broadway, what are you looking forward to the most as Rob with bringing your play to Broadway?
What I'm looking forward to is hearing the laughter in that house. I'm looking forward to, because it's the acoustics of laughter are a very particular thing. At EST, we were 79 seats, and it would explode all at once. The Lortel, it would grow, you know what I mean? And to hear it in this big of a forum, what is that going to sound like? Will it sound like the ocean? Will it sound like crickets? I don't know, but we're going to find out.
We all know, by being in this wonderful bar, Rob has a better paying job than being a playwright. But he's taking a sabbatical to work on the come. To work in a place where you don't know what's going to happen until people show up. And part of what Rob has done is also gather some of the finest actors in New York City because they want to breathe life into his words and create original characters, American characters, commercially on Broadway. So nobody's working for $600 a week, $300 a week, $250 plus a Metro card. They are working to create a new voice in the American theater.
This was so much fun. Thank you for taking us out to Brooklyn, to Rob's bar.
Well, you know what? With real estate prices, actually, this is more expensive than Manhattan. All of a sudden, Brooklyn is I know people are moving out of Brooklyn to move to Manhattan because they can't afford Brooklyn anymore.
Isn't that bizarre?
Well, you know what? But that's that's great about this whole town is the fact that, this show is bizarre too that it's going to Broadway because it is such a fresh voice. And people said like it's a hand puppet. People think I have a puppet fetish from Avenue Q to this. But actually what I love about having a puppet in a play is that it can express the human condition. Yes?
Kevin.
Oh, Tyrone, ladies and gentlemen.
Kevin, I need to talk to you, man.
About what?
Look, it's about my contract, okay?
No, I don't. I already called. I called the puppet union. You can do 8 a week. I called the puppet union.
Yeah,
You're okay.
I know. But the problem is about the 2 show days. I said Rockettes in the dressing room on 2 show days.
I know that's your writer, but then there's this whole sexual harassment thing we got to be very careful about.
Yeah, no.
I can't just deliver Rockettes.
Yes, I'm good at that.
I know.
Sexual harassment, it's like my thing.
I know, but that's like against. It's just not. We don't do that anymore on Broadway.
Okay, look,
No.
I'll have my people talk to your people, okay?
Okay.
You can talk to my manager. He's a mohair coat.
Okay. What I just want to say to you, Tyrone, first of all, thanks for coming out tonight. I know this isn't your normal bar.
Hey, free booze is free booze.
It is free booze tonight. That's right.
It's cool.
All right,
It's
listen,
cool.
thank you for doing some promotion.
Hey,
I know you only.
Love you, Kev.
Hey, give me. Boom! Stay the way you are, man. Stay the way you are. I'm going to see you on Broadway.
The way you are.
One more thing.
Musical next time.
Bradley Cooper left you a note in the dressing room. Make sure you read it. I know.
Jesus!
I know. He loves
That
you.
guy is on my jock all the time.
I know. I don't know what to tell you, man.
God, all right.
All right. Anyway, hey, I want you rehearsal tomorrow at 10 a.m., right?
10 p.m.?
No, 10 a.m.
Ah, shit.
All right. Sorry, it's union rules. If you weren't union, you could start whenever you want.
Okay.
All right. Hey, you're a good man. I don't care what anybody says about you.
What do they say about me?
Nothing.
What do they say about me, Kevin?
They love you. They love you. They don't. They're a little frightened of you.
Yeah, that's because I'm a badass.
You are a badass. You know what? Everyone's gonna want to be with you.
Yeah, that's right.
But listen, I don't want you late nights at Bar Centrale. I don't want you hanging out with Nathan Lane. I want you to make sure you really get the first 10 weeks solid.
Yeah,
okay?
no, I hang out with Five-ish Finkel.
Well,
Me and Five-ish, we party.
I know. Well, he's actually more dangerous than Nathan in many ways.
Oh yeah. He's a criminal. People don't know, but that guy,
Yeah, I know.
I saw that guy take down an extra large plate of nachos once.
I know.
Man!
All right. Tyrone, listen, I'm doing an interview, so I got to get back to you.
Okay, all right.
All right. Tyrone, ladies and gentlemen.
Negotiating with a puppet. What is that like?
Well, it's a hand-to-mouth job, actually, is what it is. One of the things about Tyrone is he's reasonable as long as you fulfill the writer, which, as you know, involves, booze, broads, and an entourage.
How do you feel about coming to Broadway?
Oh, man, I feel great. I feel a little drunk, but great.
Working with this company.
Oh, these guys are nothing. I'm the show. You get that? I want people to understand, I'm the show. I'm the show. I mean, they're fine. They buy my drink sometimes.
You're going to Broadway. Do you know what Broadway is? How that's going to feel?
Yeah, it's a street. It runs from the bottom of Manhattan to the top. It's gonna feel like, oh, I'm in New York. This place smells bad. Smells bad, like day-old chicken. Just like rotting in the sun.
All right, Tyrone, but you're going to play Broadway, the biggest street in the world, the Booth Theater, one of the most beautiful theaters. How do you feel?
Great. I mean, Booth, that guy was like an assassin, right? I'm gonna assassinate Broadway. Yeah. I need more tequila.
We'll get you more tequila. We'll see you at the booth.
Oh yeah, I'll see you there.
So for those who don't know, we're at Lobo where Rob works. I mean, this is where his party is tonight. Everyone is celebrating the Broadway premiere of Hand to God. What's going through your mind tonight as the director?
Well, it's a little bit bizarre that it feels like this scrappy ragtag group that was doing this show like off Broadway has like kicked and clawed and offended enough people that they want to put it in front of the masses. It's been a tremendous experience to sort of like continue to refine this thing all the way and to sharpen the edge as we go. It's been really a tremendous experience.
You know, I'm sure everybody dreams of Broadway, but the journey this show has taken, like Rob said, I would have just been happy, he said, at MCC, at the Lucille Hotel, at the ensemble before then.
Yeah, I mean, that's how I feel. I mean, as excited as I am to like offer this to a larger audience, I'm just as excited that we get to keep working on a play that we love with a group of people that we really, really enjoy. And that experience and that it feels like a real gift. And then to do it for a larger audience is an unbelievable experience. And I can't wait to knock them on their ass with that.
What the cast was saying was, it was like you're starting from scratch all over again for Broadway. It's like reinventing it all over again.
It is and it isn't, but because a lot of this play really comes from, I guess, the depths of the people involved. I mean, it's a play about a mother and son who are trying to find voice for the grief of their father, and that's something that we've all sort of like wrestled with or struggled with. And so as we mature and as we sort of dig into these characters and know them better, that's the thing that allows it to get more truthful, darker, and therefore funnier. And that's what has felt like a new experience that we rediscover every time.
Talk about collaborating with Rob.
Rob is an incredibly dynamic individual, and but
We all found out tonight.
I think that's it. But he's also like a tremendous, artist to have in the room. He's put a lot of himself in this play. It's partly autobiographical, and he's put a lot of blood and sweat and tears and sex and anger and his obviously a sense of humor into the thing. And he brings all that into the rehearsal room too. He believes that in the theater something irrevocable should happen over the course of the evening, that you should be fundamentally changed in some way before you leave. And he has done that, I think, for each and every one of us in the room. To be in that space and to like have him provoke and challenge and push has been at the same time exhilarating and triumphant all the way through. And it makes us feel like we really want to hone this thing in the most focused possible way. And the actors that we have are doing such incredible, athletic, technically skilled, wonderfully heartfelt acrobatics on stage that it's an intense experience that we've been thrilled to continue to fine-tune and to just sort of pour all of ourselves into, and it continues to get funnier as it gets darker every time we work on it. So
Moritz is the greatest director. He's the greatest director in New York City. The guy understands comedy. He understands human interaction. He brings so much truth to his comedy. He's just, there's nobody better.
Well, it is great to see you again.
Great to see you.
How do you feel tonight?
I mean, I feel great. We just had a long day of rehearsal. We worked some very emotional scenes, and now we're here at a bar celebrating Hand to God coming to Broadway. And so, I mean, it's a great day.
I have spoken to, wait. We need to close this area up, guys. Wait.
Okay. That's all right. I'll just say exactly what I said.
Same thing all over again here. So I have, first of all, how do you feel tonight?
I feel great. I mean, we just spent a long day at rehearsal, rehearsing some very, emotional scenes, and then we end up here at this bar doing this meet and greet and celebrating Hand to God coming to Broadway. I mean, it couldn't be better.
How cool is it? This is where Rob works.
Oh yeah, no, I have had way too many drinks in this bar with Rob Askins. Yes, way too many. That man is an enabler. He enables me to drink too much and to do very inappropriate things with my left hand. So,
I've spoken to you many times during this journey. I mean, is it all surreal? You're coming to Broadway, the Booth Theater.
yeah, it's unbelievable. I mean, we started at Ensemble Studio Theater and we're like the little play that could. But from the first time we did it, people were saying, I've never seen anything like this. I need to bring more people to see this. And so it makes sense to me that it's just finding bigger and bigger audience.
Going back to the beginning, when you first read this play the first time around, what went through your mind?
Oh, God. When I first read this play, I laughed out loud so much. By the end, I was, verklempt. And I also immediately started gravitating towards the character of Tyrone because it's just the kind of part that you never think you're going to get to play. And the whole idea of playing two parts simultaneously is just mind-blowing, and it was such a fun challenge. And we've been doing it for so long that at this point, it's just in my body. Like I put Tyrone on, and he's back.
Yeah. What unlocked it for you to make it easy?
Honestly, once the puppet is on my hand, it's just like a whole, id in my brain. It just opens up, and anything inappropriate or funny that you really shouldn't be saying, I felt completely at liberty to say.
Yeah.
As long as it's coming out of the puppet, it's fine.
Totally.
It's amazing how that works.
Working with this cast and your director.
Oh, God, they're the best. They're the greatest. Geneva Carr I've known for years, and she is a wrecking machine. She is a comedic force of nature and a dramatic force of nature. She's an amazing actor. The whole cast is incredible.
How cool is this for you? You've done everything.
How cool is this for you? That's the real question.
This is real. I told you already, this is really cool to watch the journey that Rob has taken, to come out to his place in Brooklyn where he works and mixes drinks, and now he's coming to Broadway and going to the booth. And he told me the owner of this place is related to one of the booths.
Listen, just the fact that you guys are as excited as you are, that the industry is excited as it is, that this is on Broadway. That's why I'm an actor. And like you and I've done a lot. I've been really lucky. This is my 12th. I've had great success in the theater. But this is why I've always done it. And I really feel blessed, happy, and proud to be able to, after 25 years, continue to create original, exciting, innovative, unapologetic theatrical events. And we're doing it on Broadway, where people think it shouldn't be done. Well, guess who's going to learn something really soon?
When you first read the play, what did you think? And what made you say yes?
The play. Because it's what I do. I read it and I was like, I got to do this. I knew about the play, and it was Moritz, who I'd worked with on something else, the director, who had said, listen, we're actually very interested in you doing this. And I was immediately excited, and I said to him, let's talk about it. We did. And I'm like, of course I'm going to do this. How am I not going to do this? Look, it's easy to go and do something that's audience pleasing, if you will. But I believe you don't talk at an audience, you talk to the audience. I believe that you get them into the conversation. That's what theater is about. I don't care if people like me, I don't care if people applaud for me. What I care about is having a communal conversation, which is so rare today, but that's what this is, and that's what everybody's about to get.
What can you tell us about what you do in this show?
Something different. And it's simple as that. It's not what people would expect from me, but you know what? Every role is its own. And I love playing the role. But, I mean, what an incredible cast of people. What a great writer, a great director, a great producer. This is a perfect storm. So if you genuinely want to see all hell break loose, come and see Hand to God.
What's been the best part for you so far with working on this?
It has revived my passion for the theater, a passion that I had really lost. I've stayed away from music theater because I just felt like what I do and what I've worked very hard to support has disappeared. And this is very much the thing that I support. If I'm going to be an actor, this is how I want to be an actor.
How exciting is this for you?
It's ridiculous. I am so excited. It's a thrill. I'm the miracle. I'm the actor that's doing it for everybody who's doing a showcase. My friends are beyond excited. It's been crazy. It's a crazy ride.
Did you have any idea, starting with this, that you'd end up on Broadway at the Booth Theater?
Well, you can always dream, but I did my first reading of the show in 2011. I did it in a basement at Pace University with Steve, and we were the two original ones. And the first time they said, we're just going to read it for fun, and Rob said, we want to hear what it sounds like. Steve showed up with a sock, and he'd made a puppet, and we knew right away we had something really incredible. It took a while for other people to know, but we did several readings with people, and I remember the reading we did at the Southampton Writers' Conference with Maritz von Stuckmann-Nagel, and that was when we knew we had something incredible, because Maritz understands how funny it is, but he understands how real it is. I mean, I've had rehearsal all day, so I'm going to admit I'm exhausted physically and emotionally, because it is deep. And the darker we go, the funnier it is, and Maritz is willing. It's the story of a mother and son. It's a story of good versus evil. It's a story of accepting yourself for who you are, and it's mother freaking funny.
And tell me what you love about his play, his writing.
His writing is so visceral, and there are days that I'm doing it that I have flashbacks to my own mother, because Marjorie is based on my mother, and it's the way I grew up. I'm from the South originally. I was born in Jackson, Mississippi, although I lived in 11 states and I lived in France. But my heart is Southern, and these are real people. I know these people. So his writing is so to the bone, and it's so sparse. You know, scenes are so tight and so short that you go so many directions so fast, 180 different turns. It's wonderful.
What's been the craziest thing that's happened to you or the show during this whole time together?
Well, I have a few scars. I've yet to break anything, but I have matching scars on my arm, and I have some crazy wardrobe options, and Maritz is kind. He's really careful to make sure he keeps it clean, because there's some underwear shots I'd like to cut, to be honest. But I call it my Hand to God workout, because it is the most physical show I've ever been in.
I love it. The Hand to God workout. I love that. What is the best part of the experience for you so far with working on this show?
Working on it on Broadway, or working on it in
Just working it in general.
Well, working on it on Broadway is being with you. You're my first interview, and
I love it.
I'm so moved. I know. I've seen you a million times interview people, so I'm so touched. Working on the show, I feel like I'm telling a personal story. I've been with this character for 3 years. I know her. She's a real human being to me. And to be able to share her with people, faults and good qualities at the same time, is wonderful.
How excited are you?
I mean, yeah. I'm excited. This is crazy. I can't believe this is happening. We're going to the booth, man. What? It's nuts.
Looking back at the beginning, did you ever think, I mean, everybody dreams of Broadway, but the journey the show has taken.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I cut some corners because I wasn't involved with EST. So, like, I got the script and I'm like, oh, yeah, this is amazing. I have to do it. And then MCC happened and they're like, yeah, I think we're transferring. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm in. I got it. I don't know. I mean, it's amazing. It's been fast though, for me, anyways.
I love it. You were hilarious. Talk about what you do in the show.
I'm not gonna give away all of my little tricks, but I am the droll girl next door. I guess I'm sort of a love interest, if you might say. Yeah, you could definitely say that. Jessica is the voice of reason in a room full of a bunch of lunatics.
Okay, the first time you read this, what went through your mind and what made you say, I have to do this?
I remember so distinctly reading it on the subway. I was flipping through my iPad and I could not get through the play fast enough. It was such a page turner, and I just could relate to every single one of these people. And so I don't know. I knew it was going to happen. I felt very connected to it immediately.
And his words, Rob's words.
Yeah, I mean, he's a crazy person. Like, did you see that speech? He's a crazy person. But that's what our show is. Our show is raw, passionate, chair throwing intensity, and we're just gonna give it to you. Like, crack your heart open. Here it is. You're gonna like it or not. You're gonna feel something.
And working with this cast and your director.
Oh, they're amazing. It's a dream group of people. Really generous and supportive, hilarious. I mean, we have a hard time getting through the one particular scene that Steve and I do. It's epic in rehearsal.
I love it. What's been the best part of the experience so far for you with working on this?
God, what has been the best? I don't know. I think I can't really even think of one thing. It's just been a real dream and a pleasure, and from the costumes I get to wear to the words I get to say to the people I get to say them to, it's just been awesome. Moritz is awesome. Rob, it's just great. We're lucky. We're lucky.
Congratulations. How do you feel?
Man, this is just surreal. It's just surreal, you know. I mean, it's just, you just don't believe it's happening. Although I will say, we saw the marquee. It says "Hand to God" today. We saw it. I mean, it's happening, man. You know, but I love this play. I'm so connected to this story, and I have a big task in front of me that I'm just, most of my attention, all of my attention really, is just going towards figuring out this relationship that I have with this woman and the rest of these people in this play. And that's really taking the bulk of my attention. And all of this stuff that we have here, all of these wonderful people coming to talk to us, to get us, this is just a wonderful, just added gift, you know?
I hear rehearsals are amazing. I talked to the girls, they were like, today, like, we work.
Yes. What's great too about this process is, like, we did this thing off Broadway, and we, as a company, we felt like it was a wonderful success. But we also felt like it was incomplete. There were things that we didn't actually really hit yet. And that's what we're doing right now. And there's a lot of discovery that's happening. We're not just putting the same play on. We're finding new things, deeper things, richer things. That's exciting, and it's physically demanding. I mean, if you see the show, if you've seen it, you know. I mean, there are scenes I literally step on, and it's like, here we go, you know, and then the scene's over. So yeah.
Okay, you went to the theater, you saw the marquee at the booth. You're coming to Broadway. You're going to one of the most glorious houses ever. What were you thinking?
It was a surreal moment, man. I'll be honest with you. It was a very, like, a private, quiet moment. You know? I stood there last night and I saw it. It said, "Hand to God." And it was, I don't want to say spiritual, but it was kind of a spiritual experience, and it was very quiet. It wasn't like, oh my God, it was just, wow. You know, because I believe in this play, man. I believe in what's underneath it, what's inside of it, what we're trying to do, what I think we're on the cusp of accomplishing, and that's what makes it special.
Working with this cast and working with your director.
This is like the best collective group of people I've ever worked with, really. Rob Askins, this is somebody, people need to pay attention. You know what I mean? This is a guy, you get this stuff, these pages, these scenes, this story, all you want to do is be of service, man. You want to show up, you want to be of service to this story, do the best you can do. That's what I'm doing. I'm so fortunate to work with somebody like Mark Kudish, a seasoned veteran. He's got so much perspective. And Stephen Boyer, I mean, he's about as close to a genius as I've ever worked with. And the stuff that he does with this puppet, I mean, it's... I'm tired watching Stephen Boyer. That's how hard this guy works. He's so good.
Yeah. If you could sum up the best part of the experience so far with working on this show, what has it been for you?
Having sex with Geneva Carr. No, scratch that. I'm married. Don't scratch that. I can't say that.
8 times a week on stage as an actor.
No, the best thing about it, God, there's so much. It's the discovery. We were in a rehearsal yesterday. We were rehearsing a scene for almost 2.5 hours. The last 15 minutes, Mark and I figured out the moment. You know what I mean? We figured out what this moment was about this kid being emasculated, and he's actually reclaiming his manhood.
Yeah!
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah!
And we found that in a rehearsal, man. You just, oh my God. He gives me a boner, man, just by like standing near me.
Yeah! Boner!
Boner right now, man. I said it. I said boner on camera.
It's like boners on Broadway.
Boners on Broadway. Boners on Broadway. We're out of control here. We're out of control at the Lobo.